What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your favorite cousin, and this is South Florida Outdoors. Today we're talking scraps gardening. I know you guys have heard me mention before about how easy it is to start a garden from kitchen scraps. So today I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. All right, it's simple and it's easy. All you got to do is collect some scraps from your kitchen, say carrot ends, old potatoes, bell pepper seeds, any kind of pepper seeds. Okay, we've got a celery, we've got a piece of ginger, we've got some garlic, we also have, there's something else in there, we got some onions. Okay, so we're going to take all of that. I got a spot here in the garden right behind the compost bin that we're going to use, and we're going to start our scrap garden. You guys are going to follow along, you're going to see how easy it is, and then you're going to do the same thing at home. All right, so we're going to get to it. I ain't going to hold you up, so let's go. All right, and with that being said, guys, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get our vegetable clippings. We're gonna go ahead. We've got 2 rows here designated for our garden. So we're gonna start our scrap garden. And you guys are gonna join me, okay? You're gonna see how easy it is, and you're gonna do the same thing at home. All right, let's go. Okay, guys, so we're gonna use these 2 rows right here behind the console. We're gonna use this little excessive patch back here, and we're gonna turn these 2 little strips into our scrap garden, okay? So what we got some sweet potato, we've got yellow potato. This is a Yukon Gold, I believe. See, it's already starting to get soft, but it's got good root on it already. What do you call these? These are eyes, what they call eyes on the potato. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 really strong eyes that are growing, so we're gonna drop that down too. And we got another one with 2 pieces on it. Here we got a piece of red pepper or orange bell pepper, something like that. We're gonna take the seeds. We've got an old piece of ginger. It's kind of dried out, but it might take root. We're gonna give it a shot. Then I've got 2 ends from the onions. We're gonna put those down as well. We've got some carrots. We've got some ends off the carrots, celery, and a piece of garlic. And with those items, we're going to start our scrap garden. So I just went through the whole demo of showing you guys how to take your kitchen scraps and plant them. But the camera was not recording. So I was just talking to myself, you know, for the last 5 minutes or so. So I'm not going to do it all again, okay? But what I will do is flip it and show you guys. Because I'm not pulling the stuff up. It's not happening, okay? So we've got the onions here. Yeah, I'm ashy because I've been outside, okay? But you can see the root end of the onion. That's what you want to put down. And I didn't dig a hole or anything. I just kind of made a little divot, and you want to just set the onion on top, okay? You want to keep your onions on top of the soil because it's going to continue to grow from the center of the onion. You don't want to cover all of that, okay? Now, I did leave these onions out overnight. They've been sitting, so they've kind of healed over a little. It's starting to dry out some. That's perfectly fine. That's actually good, because the more that the onion dries out, less chance of it molding and decaying as your plant starts to grow. So we just lay that on top. Onions are set, okay? We've got 2 onions here, and we've got some carrots. Same thing with the carrot. The carrot were clipped, not clipped, I'm sorry. The carrots here, you cut them, you keep the end, and you want to turn the stem end up with the carrots because it will continue to grow from the center here, okay? Carrots will take a while. Carrots, I believe, are perennials. So when you plant them, they will continue to grow. But I think it's every other year. So if you have carrots down in the ground this year and they don't sprout, they may not sprout next year, but the year after, you may see carrots pop up. But for our scraps garden, take your carrot, clip the end off. You want to take the stem end and put that up. So we're just going to lay those straight into the ground, and we've got our row of carrots here, okay? As we move on down, we've got our celery. So you can see how deep I had the celery, okay? That's about 1.5 inches. I made a little cup to set it in and then brush the soil around. Same thing with your carrots and your onion. The celery will continue to grow from the center, and you'll start to see more stalks and more celery leaf develop. You'll see leaf first before you see stalk. Here we have a piece of garlic. So this was an old piece of garlic that was starting to dry out in the kitchen. Okay, we took the stem and the root end, put it down in the ground about 2 inches, and then cover it. Garlic takes about 6 months to grow, so you will start to see a little stem pop up, but the garlic is going to have to sit until next spring. Then here we have a piece of ginger. Okay, this was a piece of ginger that was lost in the back of the pantry, and it dried up. It started to shrivel, but it still has a little solid flesh to it. So we're gonna go ahead and put it out here as well. Okay, it's got a couple nodes on it that may actually shoot roots, and we're just gonna lightly cover it around. You don't have to bury everything. We're just putting it on the top and lightly covering it with soil. Okay, come down a little farther here, and in this section here we have pepper seeds. When you're cooking, save the insides of your bell peppers, okay? Any of your peppers, hot peppers, sweet peppers, it doesn't matter. You can grow any pepper at home from the seeds of the pepper that you've already purchased at the stores. So this was a bell pepper that we had. We've been holding it probably about 2 weeks now. It's been sitting on the patio. It's dried out completely, as you can see, and all you have to do is rub it and all the seeds fall off. Now I've already taken about 10 or 12 of these seeds, and I've planted them here, which I just dropped a few more. We're just gonna leave them. But this little square here, we have pepper seeds down. So we'll see what we get with the peppers. The season is getting a little cool for peppers, so they may or they may not survive. This will be something that you really should start indoors. So when it comes to peppers in fall, the cool, colder weather, peppers don't like it out like that, okay? They're not a cool weather crop like your collard greens or your lettuces or your cabbage, okay? Peppers would need to be overwintered. I think we'll probably put some of these seeds in a cup as well and just start them on the back porch to go along with our scrap garden for stuff that we have in the ground. And we'll see the difference versus the seeds that are in the ground and the seeds that we start on the patio, okay? The last thing that we have as a part of our scrap garden are our potatoes. So we did have some potatoes that were going bad. These are sweet potatoes here. So we've got 2 sweet potatoes that you see how it's just laying on top of the soil. That's how you want to plant your potatoes. Okay, just lay it on top of the soil there, lightly cover around it, and it'll start to root. And we'll eventually start to see sweet potato slips growing off of it. Down here, we have some Yukon Golds. You see here, we had 2 that had started to grow eyes off of them. So we're going to take this guy here and we're going to plant him eyes to the sky. Okay, you always want to plant your potatoes eyes up. Same thing with this guy here. Okay, you see it's got 2 eyes growing off of it. We want to turn those up to the sky because that is where your leaf and your stem grows from. Okay, so lightly brush soil around it as well. And you see how my stem, the eye, is still sticking up. out of the soil here. That's what you want, okay? You want that, and then just lightly cover, okay? That's our eye right there, right here, and then lightly cover, okay? And we're all set, just like that. We've got our Yukon Golds. We got our sweet potatoes, okay? We've got our little patch of peppers here, okay? And you can see that's our pepper patch. Then you come on down, and we've got our ginger here. We've got little stakes marking everything. We'll have to label them in a moment. Then we've got our celery and our garlic, okay? We've got our carrots, and we've got 2 onions. And just like that, guys, we started a garden, okay? So we're gonna track this. We're gonna follow our progress, and we're gonna see what we get, okay? And I guarantee, you know, we may not have a 100% success rate, but I think we'll have at least about a 70-75%. Onions will definitely grow. Garlic will definitely grow. Peppers will definitely grow. Potatoes will definitely grow. The celery will definitely grow. Now our carrots, we'll see how the carrots go, okay? We'll see how the ginger goes. But that's all you have to do, guys. It's that simple. It's that easy. Everyone just had Thanksgiving, holidays. We cook all the time. Sunday dinners. All you have to do is start saving those vegetable clippings, okay? Don't forget. Scraps Garden is the way to go. Simple, easy. You're just upcycling and recycling things you've already paid for. Why keep spending money when we can start our own garden? Come on. Join me. All right? It's your favorite cousin. This is South 40 Outdoors. I'll see you guys next time. All right, guys, I almost forgot. One last thing we got to do. We got to put some water on the Scraps Garden, all right? So let's go grab the hose pipe, give it a quick spray down. We want to wet everything in good, and then we're good to go, all right? Okay. Let's get on this. I need to move the camera over. Okay. All right. Slow down. So I had a grape container out here in the trash at the compost from where I dumped some grapes in earlier. We're gonna take this little grape container because it's already got holes and stuff in the bottom for drainage, and we're gonna use this as our little vessel to put our seeds in that we're gonna start in cups versus the ones that's out in our scrap garden. So we're gonna recycle this little container, pull it on out the trash, and we're gonna use this as our planter. So what I'm doing is I'm watering our Scraps Garden really well because this end doesn't get a lot of water. I don't pull the sprinkler this far because there was nothing planted down here. So this section is really, really dry. So I'm just gonna soak it down real well, and then we're gonna let it go and let it grow. broke it. It's time to get a new nozzle head, spray head. I just broke it.